I'm going to very quickly go over how to complete each of the cell theory projects. Remember, in your packets, if you are a person that is hybrid, in your packets you have a paper copy of all of these, so you can draw on them. If you are online and you'd like to print them and upload what you've printed, that is good too. So instead of it making a copy of all the assignments for you, you are going to make a copy on your own and then attach them to the assignment. So it will open them, but you won't be able to type on them. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through each of the activities. So we're going to start with the cell theory Mount Rushmore. Okay, it says, Mount Rushmore. Is it human nature to create rankings and lists to compare things? Which was better? Who was the greatest of all time? Where are the best places to go? Who is on Mount Rushmore is one way people frame the debate. Essentially, it means if you could pick only 4 representatives for the cell theory, who would you pick? So if you choose this one, you are going to need to click on this text box and type. You need to pick 4 different people, so that's at least 4 sentences for each one you chose, and then you need to tell me why you chose them. So that is another sentence. So this is at a minimum 8 sentences of each person and why you chose them. So 8 sentence paragraph, complete sentences of who you chose and why you chose them. These are the top 4 greatest of all times in the cell theory. So that is the Mount Rushmore assignment. Then we have the cell theory tweet. So this is like you are creating a Twitter page for each of these scientists. So it says tweet sheet. Imagine that you are a scientist explaining the history of the cell theory. In the spaces, fill in the information for a profile and several tweets. Be sure to stay within 270 characters and make use of hashtags and retweets. So for this cover image, you will need to insert a picture just in this little box of whatever you think represents that person. And then right here, the profile picture is you're going to insert a picture of that person. Right here, the username is where you are going to just make up whatever username you want for that person. I think it goes without saying, but it all has to be appropriate. You're going to do a bio, which is a little bit about that person and where they would be tweeting from. And then you need to come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different tweets. Now, a tweet does not need to be a complete sentence, and it also doesn't need to have periods or any sort of punctuation. So it just can be like a short update on like maybe what you discovered, what you were doing today, who you were talking to, and make sure you include hashtag cell theory. Okay, the next assignment is the cell theory Facebook. So this is creating a Facebook page for your scientists. So it says, you are running the Facebook page of a science organization that is explaining cell theory. In the spaces, fill in the blanks to a social media profile. Write the most recent status update and create recent posts along with possible reactions and comments from others. So you need to include the date of birth and the place of birth of whichever cell theorist you chose, 2 of their roles, careers, or accomplishments, and then you need to insert 4 pictures of their friends. Again, you need to insert a cover image, so you will need to go to Insert Image, search the web for this one and for the profile picture. You also need to post a status update, so what they're currently doing right now. And then 4 other recent posts. Now, Facebook also doesn't have to be a complete sentence, but it's usually a little more than a tweet. So you might want to write a little bit more than you did before. I would prefer if you didn't do the tweet and the Facebook, or if you did do them, they both don't look exactly the same, because I'm not going to look at 2 of the exact same thing. Snap story. In the boxes, write captions and sketch images for 6 moments in the history of the cell theory that a scientist might record. So if you're doing this on the computer, what I would do is I would just draw a picture and then insert image camera. And so that way you can draw your own picture, because the ones on the internet aren't always the best. And then you're just going to do a short caption. Again, it doesn't need to be a complete sentence. Just a short caption on what each of them means. You only need to complete 2 out of the 4 of these. And so remember, you are making a copy and then you are adding it to turn it in. So when you click on edit assignment, when you click view assignment, I'm going to click on it. When you guys click view assignment, like right here, there is a box that shows up that hits add or create. You will just add or create the copies that you made.